Good morning, everyone. How are all of you? Welcome to our June community meeting. We have a little bit smaller team here today, and so I'm your host for this community meeting. And so we are going to start it off with Kristen from marketing.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kristen, the Director of Sales and Marketing. Okay, we are busy. Of you, as Penny and I have been running around because, drum roll please, as of 5 minutes ago, when Dave, a gentleman that Dave's been talking to for a long time, changed his date to this Friday, we will be welcoming 14 new residents by the time they all get here. But anyway, 14 June leases. So that's tremendous. The word is out that you all are pretty fabulous. I'm sorry you cannot keep it a secret anymore. You are the best group to join ever, and I know that people pick up on that when they're among you, and I mean that sincerely. So thank you all. I mean that sincerely. As we all know, more people makes a stronger community and is helpful in so many ways. I don't think I have any other questions. You know, if you're going to have a big delivery or if the elevator is going to be needed for your own personal use for whatever that may be, you give Penny a call and she'll work with you and help you get your elevator time for anything you may need it for. And I guess, does anybody have a question for me? All right. I am going to turn it over to, how about Michelle?
Good morning, everybody. I'm Michelle. I'm the housekeeping manager. Just wanted to mention real quickly, we've had a lot of work orders come in for vent cleaning. So if you are going to please withhold submitting those work orders, because we will be going in every apartment to change the furnace filters, and we'll be cleaning the vents then. Also, just kind of bear with us. We're working with people's vacations, stuff like that, so we're getting everybody on the schedule the best we can. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to give me a call. And then if we can just kind of keep an eye on the boxes and stuff that's being put in the alcoves in the hallways. And if you're a new move-in and you need your boxes removed, just give us a call. We'll be more than happy to come pick them up for you. Does anybody have any questions for me? Go ahead.
I'm a little confused about window washing. Only the top parts of the windows get washed, correct?
The outside windows were just washed, and we do the outside or the inside windows. We can do them the first week of the month in lieu of your cleaning, or we can do that as a special work order.
No, I'm not talking about the inside. I'm talking about the outside of the bottom. I have two portions to my window. Doesn't everybody?
Mhm.
Yeah. There's a big portion.
Yeah,
There's a little one.
screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it has a window in it too. It's
Yes,
dirty.
we clean as much as we can get to.
Okay. And then we're responsible for the rest of the outside. Not concerned about the inside.
Yes, we
There's
could.
glass there. In front of the screen, there's another glass. When you open the bottom, there's a glass.
Yes.
That does not get cleaned by the window washer.
No, we would clean that for you.
They can't.
We would do
can,
that.
I know,
Right.
but for a price, I assume.
We can do it the first week of the month,
Okay.
or for a cost.
Gosh.
Michelle, can you repeat the question?
Okay, the question was about the windows and window washing. So we have professional window washers that come and do the outsides of the windows, which was just done. And then if you want your windows washed, the inside, the glass that flips open, the housekeepers can take care of that for you. And they will get to whatever they can reach on a step stool.
Really?
Go ahead.
Is there a current list of additional housekeeping things and the charges for those?
Yes.
Like the rug cleaning and whatever?
Yes, that's available at the front desk. You just have to ask the concierge.
It's also in the residency handbook.
Yes, it's also in the resident handbook. Anybody
I wasn't
else?
sure how current that list was.
I think it was just updated about a year ago, or maybe a little less than. But you can always pick one up at the front desk. Anybody else?
we be notified when they are planning to change
If
the
your housekeeper
filters?
has been
Yes.
hired, then are we getting more so that we'll eventually have a regular housekeeper?
Yes, we are hiring right now.
Because somebody was here, somebody came yesterday that isn't normally here on Mondays, but you are hiring right now.
Correct. We're trying to get everybody on the schedule, and like I said, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Anybody else? All right, well, thank you.
Hi, I'm Avery. I'm the Human Resources Manager. When I got started earlier, am I not loud enough?
There you go.
Okay, hi, Avery, Human Resources Manager. When I got started a few months ago, there was some training that had slipped through the cracks, and you still can't hear me?
No.
Can you hear?
More slowly.
More slowly? Okay. When I first started working here a few months ago, there was some training that had slipped through the cracks. And so that has been one of my projects. And as of this month, every department except for one is 100% complete with all of their backlogged training. So that is really exciting, and we're hoping that by the end of July that we will be fully caught up with that. So that's been a big project of mine. We will be selecting a team member to receive the Heart of Caring Award for Q2 next week. So if you would like to nominate a team member that has been excelling, you can do so at the Heart of Caring nomination box in the mailroom. You can also turn in a card at the front desk, or you can reach out to me directly with any nominations. And I've been doing a lot of hiring this month as well. We've welcomed 7 new servers and a new cook to our dining services team. We've welcomed a new overnight concierge, and we've also welcomed a new director of plant operations, who I will introduce in just a few moments. Does anyone have any questions or comments for me? Awesome. Well, I would like to welcome TJ Edwards, our new Director of Plant Operations.
Hello. As Avery said, my name is TJ Edwards. I'm your new Director of Plant Operations. I've already had the opportunity to meet many of you and interact with you in my short time here. Just a little background information on myself. I'm a father of 3 with my 4th on the way. I have a beautiful wife. My career backtrack, just so you guys know my background and where my experiences are. I was a soldier in the Army. After the Army, I worked for Chicago Housing Authority, which is inner city housing. After CHA, I worked for a series of property management companies as a building operations director. So I've been in this game for about a decade now. Even though I'm a young man, I have a decent amount of experience. And I specialize in organization and process management, which is making everything easier for you so the job can get done. I know I have questions for maintenance, but I still am in training, so I just ask, can we wait till next month before I can really dig into it, because I really want to understand your problems before I give you an answer that's not sufficient. I just want you guys to know I take my work very seriously. I take great pride in what I do, and it is my honor to serve you in this community. We will get to every issue we can, and we will have answers for you as soon as I have all the information. That is it today, but it's great meeting all of you, and I will see all of you in my daily work. And I hope to be able to visit all of you eventually and get to know all of you just a little bit. Thank you very much.
Well, good morning, everyone. I don't think I can follow that, but I'm Donna. I'm the business office manager. I've been here quite a while, so I'm not the newbie. I oversee the front desk, and as Avery mentioned, we did have a new team member join us. She is overnight per diem, which means she works on an as-needed basis. Her name is Unique. And she is, and we're delighted to have her on our team. So you may be seeing her, some of you night owls or early morning peeps. So just please make her feel welcome. She's very excited to be here, has really great energy. Anyone have any questions for me? All right, thanks. Have a great day.
Hello everyone, I'm Jessica, the dining room manager. As Avery stated, we have 7 new servers that started. Some of them have started over the weekend. I'm sure a lot of you have seen them. Just hoping to give you more quality service, better hot food, and just continue to serve you guys as best we can. Anybody have any questions for me? No? All right, have a good day.
You all are just saving the questions for me, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first I am putting on my Christina hat. So I told a couple of you, Christina was supposed to be back a couple days ago. Flight got canceled. She's trying hard to make her way back to here, but she gave me a list of things just to talk about today. So Christina said that, just a reminder about outdoor games on Thursdays. They've been playing every Thursday in the courtyard at 11:30. Thursday 11:30, there are so many different games. Christina and her husband actually made a custom Breakers Edgewater Beach cornhole set. So if you haven't seen it, it is beautiful. Something to check out if you like cornhole. For What Makes You Happy in July, that is her monthly program that she leads. It is childlike fun. There are going to be different activities that you may not have tried since you were a child, but bringing them back, having a little fun. We have some kites that were purchased that we're confirming. I guess some places in Chicago you can't fly a kite, so we're checking on that, but we might be flying a kite. New resident orientation is tomorrow, Wednesday the 28th. So if you moved in the last month, you probably have heard about new resident orientation. Come on down 11 o'clock in the dining room. Now I'm putting on my Norm hat for a moment. He would want to say about the new banners that are out front of the building. If you've gone out front of the building, all of our banners have been updated, and that the floors being remodeled 25 to 29 will be completed this week. The next group of floors to be remodeled will begin in a few months. Once the carpet has been secured, construction will begin. Everybody on those floors will be notified ahead of time. So it won't be a mystery. You won't just see construction guys at your doors someday. Everybody will know ahead of time. Now, if there are any questions for the two of them, I will write them down. I won't pretend to answer. Any questions? Let's go ahead, Jane.
Yes. The clean window in the outer building that used to be a doctor's office looks so nice now. It's now a Care for Rio annex over there by the driveway. But there are other windows in those shops that are part of our building that are really dirty and need washing. And the sign has fallen down, one of them has fallen down in the unit that they're trying to rent. So if they could fix this up, the building would look much
Yes.
better.
Okay. Jane had said that some of the windows have been clean at our shops out in front of the Breakers, and a couple more need to be cleaned. And then also a sign has fallen in the rental unit, and we should post that back up so we can get that unit rented. Got that. Any other questions or comments for the Norm Christina duo? Joe.
Well, I don't know if this would apply with them, but who is responsible for the content on Channel 2?
Joe asked a good question because you're talking to the person who is responsible for the content on Channel 2. That is myself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay then, in that case, where, with the temperature, et cetera, where is that taken at? sure as heck isn't taken here.
So Joe is asking about, on the bottom of channel 2, there's a little banner and it says the temperature and the wind speed. And they said, where's it taken at? And the short answer is, we do not control that. I know a couple months back when you all were asking to get that wind speed and the temperature back, that has never been something I can control. From what I assume, it just comes from weather.com. And so it's somewhere in Chicago, but as we know, Chicago is a great big city. And so I would not be able to connect anything to have it take the temperature right outside the breaker's door or anything of that sort. We do have a couple thermometers when you're leaving the breakers, down on the courtyard or up on the 3rd floor deck, those little devices on the window that do say the temperature outside. So if you want a little bit more accurate temperature gauge, but for channel 2, there would be nothing I could change about that. Okay, other questions for Christina and Norm? Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry I'm a little late. The elevators were real bad. But I ran into TJ, who I was actually gonna ask the question.
Yep, I can write it down though.
Two-part question. One, is the air conditioning included in your rent? Maybe Kristen knows that. In other words, it's not on your ComEd bill, correct?
Well, you mean the fan that you pay?
Yeah.
That's electric, so that would be on your bill.
The cold air is the electric that you consume to circulate your air.
Right, that I kind of understood, but you know, an air conditioning bill in a home is pretty substantial. Where here, my electric bill yesterday was $29. I hope in August it won't be dramatically higher, but okay.
The source of the air conditioning and the heat are in the basement. So no, those are not, those are included, yes.
Okay. And the second part, I think, maybe there were 3 parts, but the second one was concerning the thermostat. I have a thermometer in my room, and whether it's winter or now that it's hot, there's no correlation between what's on the thermostat and what the temperature is. I turn the heat off in the winter, off. And I've got 80 degrees in my room, which is way, way too hot for me. I open the window a little bit, you know, to compensate. But am I correct that the thermostat really doesn't?
That will be a TJ question that I think Molly just wrote down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to repeat everything that Doc said just for those that want to hear and for our recording here. He asked about the AC, if it's included in the rent or if you get a separate bill for the AC. And Kristen was great enough to say it is, the heat and AC is all included in the rent here, unless you have a fan that's plugged into an outlet and blowing something separate that would come from electricity. That would be on your electricity bill, but AC and heat are included in your rent. And then Doc was also saying that he has a thermometer in his apartment or a temperature gauge that is a little bit off from what's on the wall posting. I will talk to TJ about that and get that checked into. Something I can say is that it could be affected by neighbors too. If maybe one of your neighbors keeps it nice and toasty next door, maybe a little heat sneaks over, but we can have the maintenance team look into that.
Carol is above the swimming pool.
Yes, yes. Okay, Marion?
One of the things that everyone should be aware of is on the air conditioning and the heat, and the only way to do this is to step up on a step stool and close those little vents that are at the top. That will help you not get the heat that you don't want or not get the cold that you don't want. There's also kind of vents at the bottom that there's really nothing you can do about.
So Marion was saying that there are some different vents that if you're tall enough, or I wouldn't say go get on a step stool, but maybe if you ask somebody taller, that you can close the little vents. I know generally they have like an off, low, and high, and a couple different knobs on there that you can adjust also. Barbara?
This is another temperature question. There seems to be pockets of cold air here and there in the building. And in our apartment, we are still using heaters because just to be comfortable. And I have cardboard blocking the, what did you call the vents in front of the heating unit, and we're still using heaters now and then, and so are some other people I know. It's very strange. I'd like to open the windows, but it isn't even warm enough to get warm air from outside.
Barbara, what apartment are you in?
15C.
15C. I will pass all this along. Again, I am not the expert, but I'm a good notes taker.
Right, thank you.
Okay, Doc again. Yes.
I did have another question which just popped into my mind. It's concerning the quality of the air. You all know it's really bad at the moment, so I was interested, is there a filtration system in this building aside from that? I mean, just, is the air cleaned in some capacity? Is there a bigger filter that, you know, handles the building, or is that not the case?
Furnace filters and air conditioners.
I will not pretend to know that answer.
Somebody
I
may
know that there
maybe.
are filters. I don't know what level of filters or anything, but I can have TJ call you. Okay, Marion.
You know, when for a while, we're having those Breakers University things or something and talking about things in a building. Once TJ learns how all these things work, I think we would all be really interested to try to understand how this heating and cooling is supposed to work. Because it's really a mystery to 90% of us,
Molly,
at least.
Don't you, I think you have an association, and don't you have a maintenance or, where's Clarice?
Yes.
Isn't there a maintenance?
Yes, there's a housekeeping, maintenance, and safety committee.
So these are all great questions that Molly's writing down. I think it would be a great opportunity, like TJ said, once he gets a little more experience, Molly will share these questions, and that would be a great place for them to meet, TJ to meet your committee. How would that be?
Well, I think a lot of people, just residents, would like to hear about it.
And that's what I mean.
And so he
Yeah,
does,
thank you.
they do presentations like that. So our previous maintenance director has done a building safety answering questions presentation before, and it is planned out for that to be one of TJ's programs of the month, again, once he does know the answers. Because like he said earlier, he does not want to give sweet nothing answers or, you know, just filler answers. He wants to be knowledgeable about that. And he's been here a couple weeks and he's already dove right in. And so it is planned for him to have a building safety and talk about those types of inner workings of the breakers. Okay. Yes, Joanna.
Oh, and there he is. Well, speaking more to what he was looking at, you know how they're doing little tours of the kitchen thing? I think having enough safety, but the mechanics of the building, you know, like have something to what's on the roof, what's in the basement, what it's doing. I think we can get a better feel of why things are the way they are. So this would be more of a mechanical machinery tour thing rather than a safety.
So Duana asked if there could be a tour date to go look at the mechanics of the building, which I've seen the mechanic rooms. I don't think that would be a safe tour. Just
But they could do a diagram or an explanation of it.
I think,
I'd love to
yeah.
see 'em, but that's personal.
I'll write it down, but I don't know that that would be something that you all need to wrap your head around. That's more for maintenance to wrap their head around, but talking about heating and cooling and things like that, I think that's definitely something that we can touch on down the line. Yes. Okay, can I switch to okay, one more question, then I'm going to
This
programming.
might be more directed to Kristen.
Okay.
What is the minimum age for becoming a resident here?
Okay, Kristen, what is the minimum age for moving into the breakers?
62.
62. 62. 62. So I have a couple more years before I can move in with you all.
Don't you feel like you live here already?
I do feel like I live here already, and I love it. Okay, I'm taking off the Christina Norm hat, putting on my own hat. Hello, I am Molly Rodriguez. I am the Director of Resident Programming at the Breakers. Okay, so I have a lot to touch on really quick. Starting off the same way I did last month, Shantae and baby Skylar are doing well. People ask me often, they are doing well. If you see me and want to see baby pictures, just let me know. I have plenty of baby pictures. They're both doing great. Looking ahead at July 5th, we are taking a trip to the Lincoln Park Zoo. July 12th, we are going to the Drury Lane Theater to see 39 Steps. The 19th, we are doing 2 trips, one to Ann Sather's in the morning for brunch, and then to the Maritime Museum in the afternoon. Monday, July 24th, Jim is taking us to the Chicago Jazz Showcase. That'll be a popular trip, and Jim's bus will hold 13 people, so just be cognizant of that. On the 26th, at the end of July, we're going to the Rosemont Casino. While talking about the bus, I'm just going to remind you all about our bus rules, bus safety. If you do not know what those are, them in the binder on the first floor in our transportation binder. All of our rules about safety are there. We ask that you sign up for every bus trip. Yesterday, for example, Tilia could not make it in, had something to go happening with her family, and so we called everybody that had signed up for bus trips yesterday to cancel bus trips. If you don't sign up and you just show up for trips, then it could be a waste of your time if for some reason like this we had to cancel. And also it's just a safety feature. We want to make sure everybody that goes on the trip comes back on the trip. So please sign up. In July, the 4th of July, we are just having a fun day here, so get ready. I will be sending out a flyer to you and to your families, inviting everybody in, but we will be having a barbecue. We're having a band here. The fireworks will be on the 4th of July, of course, from Saddle and Cycle. And dining committee is handing out ice cream. New resident committee will be doing name tags. We're having a lot of fun things. Garden committee doing a plant sale, so keep an eye out for all of that. We also have a new jazz duo that'll be coming in July on July 12th. So a couple new musicians coming in the next couple months. I always say, please let me know if you like them or don't like them. Either way, let me know. I don't want to waste our budget on people you don't like. So that is July 12th, the new jazz duo. And then in August, we have 2 new people coming in. One is for a Motown, and one is a little bit more kind of alternative. So we'll see. We'll see what you guys like. Tonight, we have Bill McDonald being honored at the Cubs game. So if you see Bill McDonald, congratulate him. He is the veteran of the game at the Cubs tonight, and so the Cubs game will be on in the video room. It's a 50-50 if he makes it on TV, but go watch and support him in the Cubs anyway. Okay, the voice from our creative communications team or committee will be available this Saturday, July 1st in the mailroom. We are having a presentation by resident Sandra Schroeder on July 5th about all of her art that she has done. She is a very talented painter out in New Mexico here for the summer, and so she's going to do a presentation on all of that for us. Sia, our seamstress, will be back next week. So I know some of you have missed her while she took a vacation. She will be back next week. I'll wrap it up here. We have our tie-dye day on the 13th of July. That is a Thursday. We provide all the materials and we ask for a $5 donation to the Alzheimer's Association. We're starting fundraising for a walk to end Alzheimer's now. If you remember last week, we just did our longest day fundraiser. They go to different sections of the Alzheimer's Association, but both are very needed. Last week, we raised about $600, so that's pretty good. So thank you to all of you that participated in that wine and chocolate fundraiser. The DMV. I know a lot of people have been asking about the DMV. They will be here. Tuesday, July 25th, from 10 till 2 p.m. We are going to put them in the video room this time because they are here for a longer period of time. We will then have our community meeting in the afternoon next month. We will be here at 1 o'clock next month. I am putting out the sign up for the DMV on Monday, along with many different papers that say what materials you would need to bring. The cost, if there is a cost associated with renewing IDs, most things it says if you're 52 or older that it's free. So we're in good shape there. Along with that, if you're looking for the real ID, those real IDs that you would need to go to the airport and travel, I think next year they keep pushing the date. They do not do those at our community. They can only make those at a secured location, which we are not considered that. There is menu chat next month, July 26th, and then the RTA, which is the Regional Transit Authority, will be here July 31st. Okay, I think that's enough. Do you have questions for me, Jane?
Yes, I'd like to recommend that we be really kind to Tilia, our bus driver, because she's got a very busy life, and if she leaves, it's really hard to fill that position. So please, just keep that in mind.
Jane says that everybody be very kind to Tilia, our bus driver, which I agree, but let's also add in everybody. Thank you. But yes, Tilia, she is very hardworking and has filled in our full-time bus driving role wonderfully. I hear nothing but great things about her and the trips. So please be kind to Tilia, but please also be kind to your servers, to your housekeepers, everybody else that's also working very hard. Thank you, Jane. Yes.
I have a question about the bus. I haven't gone out on it yet. When you go to the post office, do they drop you off for a whole hour at the post office?
So Joyce was...
I don't need to be there an hour.
Yes. Joyce was asking about our trips, giving the example of being dropped off at the post office. She said, are you really there for an hour? So our bus schedule, it is set in stone, and so to try to get we do drop off in rounds, you know, say office and then Jewel and Walgreens or whatever the little trio is in a order. So if you are dropped off at the post office, she would go to other locations and then come back around to pick up. So you would be at the post office for a little bit of time, but you could always find a seat out or yes. But short answer, yes, you would be there until she comes back around.
And do they have handicap how to get to the post office? Because I Googled it and all I saw was stairs.
The post office is accessible, yes. Okay, other programming or transportation related questions?
The new ID that they keep putting on, isn't that scheduled for the 2025?
Yeah. May of 25.
Did you Google it? Thank you.
25?
Yeah.
I guess so, Kristen, and looked it up to confirm. Ruth asked about the real ID, and they, I guess, did push it off again to, it sounds like, May of 2025. So you have a couple years. Don't worry about the real ID yet. But for all of our new friends that have moved into the breaker, if you need to change your address on your DMV again here on the 25th of July, they can help you do that.
And driver's licenses too.
Driver's license, registration, they do so many different things. So again, Monday, everything out on the table in the back of the showroom for you to sign up, saying what they can do, what they can't do, if there would be a price associated, what materials you would need to bring if you're renewing, if you lost your driver's license and need a new one, all of that will be on the back table. Okay, any other questions, comments? No? Well, that is our meeting for today. So thank you all for coming. Have a great rest of your day.